Hi fellow dreamers, in this video we are going to answer your dream questions. Now, all of these dreams are kid dreams sent in by parents. So let's go ahead and get started. Thanks for joining. My name is Carolina. As you know, I focus on doing children's books that promote love, unity, and peace, and I also help my followers interpret their dreams. The reason I do this is because when we listen to our dreams, we connect with our subconscious, but when we share them, we connect with one another on a more profound level. So let's go ahead and get started with our first dreamer. Now remember, this is all kid dreams, okay? Kids edition, but parents have sent them in, okay? First dream says that the child is having a dream that they're like on this big roller coaster, okay? The feeling throughout the dream is that they're scared. They're feeling scared throughout the dream, and they're on this big roller coaster, and then somehow after they're in this roller coaster, they find that they're with dad. Okay, dad takes them away out of the roller coaster somehow. So then the child feels a little bit better. But then he says that now mom is lost and they don't know where she is. So they are looking for her. And in the dream, he's always feeling scared and they never actually find her. Okay, so let's reflect this outward for the child. Let's also remember that a dream for a child may be a little bit more dramatic, may look different than our dreams. It'll have some creative spins to it that maybe ours don't, okay? So let's just be aware of that. In this dream, we know that the child is feeling fearful. They tell us that, but we also know that there's like a loss of security, okay? The child is feeling a little bit uneasy and not fully in control. We know this because the roller coaster, right? Whenever someone is in the roller coaster, it's like letting go. You don't have a lot of control. And since we know that there's fear involved here, we know that the child is feeling that way. So there is a sense of like security has been shaken a bit. But the great thing here is that we know that dad comes to kind of take him away from this, right? So there is that sense of protection from dad. So that's really good. That's letting us know, yeah, this stuff is feeling really funky, not feeling the best, but I know dad is here and I know dad is with me, okay? Now let's pivot to the next thing, because here it says that next in the dream, mom is lost and he can't find mom. Both of them, the dad and the son, can't find mom throughout the dream. So there's like this constant feeling of loss, this constant feeling of she's not here with me. Let's reflect this outward. I don't know what is going on with you and your family structure right now, but this dream is letting us know that the child is feeling a little bit at a loss of mom. So maybe mom has had to work a little bit extra. I'm not sure. Is mom in the picture? Is she not? You know, because with this dream, we can see that the child is feeling a little bit at a loss there, okay? And he and you are looking for mom and can't seem to find her. So that is really important there. We know that the sense of unity, the sense of structure there is definitely shaken up. So it's time to explore that. It's time to see what can we do to bring more unity to the family, to bring more love and security to the child, because the dream is letting us know that right now there is a lot of fear and there's a lot of insecurity, right? We know though that dad is going to be able to help the child through this, and we need to be able to connect with mom and see how we can bring more unity to the family structure. All right, thanks for sending that in. Let's move on to our next dreamer. This is going to be kind of short, but remember, if you want to get like a full profound dream interpretation, dream guide, especially to learn your own dream language, you can always do a consultation with me on my website at www.lupitainspires.com. But for now, if they are short questions, we can obviously do them here via video. All right, let's move on to our next dreamer. Okay, this dreamer says the child was dreaming that he was running and like flying, okay, and he was like running all over the place, and he says flying all over the place. He says he's very excited and he's very happy, but he's saying that the colors just look different. Like when he's looking out, apparently the colors look different. I'd like to know what the colors look like, because here we don't get a lot of detail. The more detail you can include with a child's dream, just like with any dream, the better, right? I do like that you included the feelings. Thank you for including that. So we know the child is feeling excited, they're feeling happy, they're like running in the dream and they're flying. So this is letting us know that there's like no limits. This child's creativity is like boom, through the roof, okay? We know this because they are literally running and flying all over the sky, and they're saying that the colors even look different. I'd like to know what the colors look like, because that can bring us some meaning too. But what's really beautiful here is that there's some excitement and there's some happiness within the child, all right? So this is a very good dream. It's a very good dream. It's a very creative dream. It lets us know that the child is feeling flexible. The child doesn't necessarily have limitations at this point. They are just feeling like, I can do this, right? So that is a beautiful dream. Thank you for sending that in. I would also just kind of put a little flag here, put a little note, that is, if they continue to have this stream of excitement and it's happy, that's great. If it ever turns into anxious excited, it's important to note that, okay, that'll be something a little bit different. So if that happens, let me know if that progresses into nervous excited, because that will be a different interpretation. But for now, if it's excited, happy, we are on the perfect route. The child does not have limitations, and they are really just exploring their higher selves. Amazing. Thank you for sending that dream in. All right, let's go to the next dream. Okay, this child was dreaming about his mom. Okay, his mom looked like a Lego person. Okay, of course, that's fun. That's really fun. And he also looked like a Lego person. And mom was getting on a Lego plane, and he wanted her to stay. Like, he kept telling her to stay, please stay, mom. But she said, no, I have to leave. I have to leave you. And then her Lego body got into the Lego plane, and she left. And he says he was very sad. The child was very sad. So, okay, so this is really interesting. Remember, the Lego figures here, this is kind of a playful spin on dreams, right? Because kids are so creative, the child probably plays with a lot of Legos, and they probably, use them very frequently. So it's okay. It's normal that images will be, different for the child. That's totally a normal thing, and it's actually really good because it lets us know that the creativity is out there, right? They're looking at the world a little bit differently than we are, and that's perfect. That is okay. We want to see some kind of difference. We want to see some kind of creativity, some kind of spark within their dream that is different than ours, okay? Now, the feeling that is guiding this dream, though, is sadness, and then mom is leaving, going on this plane. So let's reflect it outward. What is going on in waking state? Does mom have to go somewhere? Have you told your child that you do have to go somewhere? Is there a change in job? Is there a change in family structure? What is the change that's going on? Because the child is sensing it like abandonment, like, oh no, she's leaving me. I'm so sad she's leaving me, right? And the child sees it in such a dramatic way. It may not be very dramatic for us in waking state. It may be that she's just working a couple more hours, and the child missed a play date with her or something like that. It could be something like that, but for the child, it's going to look so much more dramatic. It's going to be a little bit more intense than for us. So let's always remember that, right? The level of seriousness, the level of just I guess the level of importance in waking state will be different based on the parent and the child. So let's just be very aware of that. But it would be a good time to reflect it outward and say, what is different with mom, with the relationship that mom has with child? There's something going on there, and the child is sensing it, like, no, she's leaving. Okay, so let's explore that further. Let's bring some security to the child, and we can do that by first connecting the dots to waking state. Thank you for sending your dream in. All right, next, actually, this is our last dreamer, okay? So yeah, I will be helping with child dreams. I put something out last week on YouTube about this. So thanks for sending in some of your kid dreams. This is really fun. This one says, I was dreaming that my house was haunted. Okay, so the house was haunted and he couldn't find the way out. There were hands and feet coming out of the vents. I was scared, but mom was holding me and I felt better. Okay, so this is really an interesting dream here. We know that fear is kind of running the dream, right? And it's kind of interesting images because he says that the house is feeling haunted. So he's feeling that the house is haunted and he's looking around. He's very scared. There are hands and feet coming outside of the vents. So right, children's dreams are going to look just way different. Ask yourself this though, because remember, when we talked about the child's dream with the Legos, maybe they play with Legos a lot, so they're seeing that. Remember, if your child is watching things that are scary, if your child is playing games that are scary, this is all going to creep up into dream state. Let's remember this. Oftentimes we want to think like, oh, they can watch that and they'll be totally fine. Not all the time, right? Not all the time. Kids are like, we always have said this, they're like sponges. They're just absorbing, right? They're just absorbing all of this information. So let's ask ourselves that question first. Whenever there's a dream of fear, let's ask ourselves that first question. What are they watching in waking state? Are they watching things that produce fear, that produce anxiety, etc.? Okay, let's start there, but then later let's expand it outward. How are we living our daily lives with this child? Are we living a fearful life? Are we living a life of insecurity, etc.? We've got to be very honest with ourselves and with our family, because whenever a child has a dream, remember, this is an indication of how the child is feeling with the whole family unit, with himself, with herself, etc. So it's very important that we just take everything into consideration when we're trying to help our child interpret their dream. Remember, we want to guide them in this process. All right, so let's get back to this dream. So the child is saying that he was in a house that was haunted. So that's why I say, that's why I ask if he was watching something scary. Let's say he wasn't. Let's say he doesn't really watch things that are scary, but the fear is still there. Okay, if he's dreaming his house is haunted, this is letting us know that there's obviously some fear within the household. Okay, what is going on at home? Is there something going on to cause fear for the child? Is it a house that seems unsafe to the child? If so, let's ask ourselves, why is the child feeling unsafe in the home? Are they watching something scary? Have we been arguing a lot? Have we had a lot of family issues right now that maybe we haven't dealt with? We've kind of swept those under the rug. It's important to be transparent. I know it's tough. I know, nobody wants to air out their dirty laundry, and you certainly don't have to, but you do have to just be honest with yourself and with your child on what is going on. So then you're saying that there were like hands and feet coming out of the vents. I wonder if he did see something scary, or, because that is just like a funky thing to happen, having the hands and feet out there. But the great thing about this dream here, it says that he was scared, but mom was holding him and he felt better. So this is letting us know it really doesn't matter of all the fearfulness of all these things that happen, things that come outside of the vents that maybe seem like out of this world. Even though those fearful things happened, he felt better once mom held him. He knows that mom is there. He knows that he's got that support system. So there may be some fear within the family unit. There may be some sensing of insecurity within the family unit, but at the end of the day, the child knows that he can count on mom, and then mom is there to protect and help him. We know this because he says he feels better after mom was holding him. So that is really important. Anytime a child is having a dream of fear, let's also pay attention if there comes a sense of peace later, and if so, who is there to deliver that peace? Who is there to offer that comfort? That is super important. That is really important. Oftentimes when children have these kinds of dreams, the parent that brings that energy of peace, that parent that brings that energy of love, that right there is super important for us to reflect outward into waking state, okay? Because oftentimes it can be a reflection of, yes, I feel that mom is here to protect me, but also to flip the coin. Oftentimes it can be one of those dreams of, I wish mom was here to hold me. This is something I desire. That's why I say we have to be very honest and transparent with ourselves on how we are living waking state. Because if we are, then we can connect with the child and their dream and really help guide them in the process and see what is missing. How can we add more love to this child's life? All right, so guys, that is all for today, but thank you so much for sending in your kids' dreams. This is so fun. And remember, guys, the whole point of this is for us to just grow together and to be able to understand what our individual dream language means to us. Let's encourage our children to grab a dream journal, to start writing down their dreams and start writing down what they're feeling during the dream, because that is going to help guide them. Remember, dream state is just check-in. It's like I'm checking in with myself. This is what's going on within me. It's so important and it's so amazing to be able to do this as a family. So last thing I'm going to say is, remember, our book of Lupita and her magical dreams is going to be out very soon. It may already be out now. I'm not sure, because when this video goes out, I don't know if this will already be out. Maybe it's already out. Check my website to find out. That's www.lupitainspires.com. But yes, our book will be out, and this book is really great, as you know, because it's going to start that conversation, right, for you and your kids to start listening to your dreams and use them to guide you. Remember, they're just a check-in with yourself, but they're so important, and they can really help you with waking state. So guys, that is all for today. If you feel like sending in your kids' dreams, do that. I'm happy to do a kids edition for all of you. All right, I send you a huge hug. I send you love, unity, and peace, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.